In today's video, we take a look at a man who decided to get a DNA test and got a bad news, and this man who called off his wedding when he discovered the fact that his bride went to see her ex the day before their wedding. I don't know, why do women start crying the minute they have to face the consequences of their own actions? She went to see her ex, maybe even invited him to her wedding, and judging by the boyfriend's reaction, he was clearly not on board with the decision, and why would he be, when you see situations like these every day on the internet?
I got some bad news.
What?
So I decided to get a DNA test on Mika.
Okay.
And the DNA test came back, and I just found out I'm not Mika's dad.
Come on, I know you lying.
I'm so serious. The papers is right in front of me.
Well, them can't be no right papers.
How could you do something like this to me?
Do what?
You know what? I've been in this baby life since she was born. I signed her birth certificate.
No, baby.
How could you do this to me? I went to her K-5 graduation. I was there.
You can't be serious right now.
And you laughing and you think it's funny?
Are you playing?
No, I'm not playing. This is so serious.
The way she is reacting to this news only confirms one thing, that she is indeed guilty, but knows that the law is on her side, and this man can't do anything even if he wanted to, because he has signed the birth certificate. That's why DNA testing at birth should be mandatory.
Why would you do something like this to me? So you've been sleeping behind my back? You had me thinking that she was my baby for 7 years?
God, you are the father. You don't need worry to tell you that. Come on now.
And I feel like you're making jokes about this whole situation when this is serious. I'm so hurt right now. I can't believe you would do this to me. I was there when she lost her first tooth. I helped her with her homework. We spent so much time together. And you still lying on his phone when a DNA test came back and said I am not the father? I can't believe you would do something like this to me.
I really can't take the same right now.
Alright. Alright. You know something? You know something? You wrong. You so wrong for misleading me like that for all these years. I'm so hurt right now. But it's cool. You want to take everything as a joke? Karma is going to come back to you.
What she has done to this guy is not only wrong, but also pathetic. I mean, she has been lying to him for 7 years, and now has the nerve to joke about such a serious situation. Cause when it comes down to taking accountability for their actions, women run like they have seen a lion, as called by this woman here.
Things that women don't want to hear, but are unfortunately true about us. We lack strong accountability. I don't care what issue it is. On average, women are going to find some type of way to blame an outside external party, and never really ourselves. And double points if it's a situation where two people need to be involved, so like a relationship or something of that manner, the man will always be blamed. And it's not that the man is necessarily, scot-free, hasn't done anything, etc. But we still played a role, okay? Like, And I just feel like the longer we go without acknowledging that, the more shit we'll keep ourselves in, because we can't change the world. We can't change anybody in the world. The only thing we can change is how we show up in the world. So stop with the co-signing, all right? We have to stop co-signing one another. We have to be honest when somebody has made a bad decision or they're part of their own reality, etc. Because when you co-sign people, all you do again is perpetuate problems.
Yes, anyone who took a bad decision, made a mistake, or caused harm to someone in any sense should be held accountable for it. But the problem is that we only hold men accountable for whatever calls they took and not women. Women are rarely held accountable for their wrong decisions or misjudgments, and because of that, you get women like her, who talk about things they know very little about.
Are your granddaughters?
They are 6 and 8.
Would you support them to get hormone blockers to become the other gender?
I would absolutely support them to get hormone blockers. The idea of one of my granddaughters learning that they're going to start having their period if they don't get their hormones blocked, even though they're identifying and portraying as a male. How horrible that would be. So yes, definitely.
If your granddaughter came to you and wanted to get a tattoo, what would you say?
That would be more difficult. I always told my 3 sons the one thing I ask is please don't get tattoos.
Really? Why tattoos?
There's just something so permanent about it.
Permanent?
It's pretty permanent. It's very difficult to get them lasered off or removed.
You don't think it's like permanent to change your gender?
Okay, if a 6-year-old little boy crying over spilled milk, I'm gonna look at him like being man because that's spilled milk. If a 3-year-old baby spilled the milk, that's a different story.
How about we talk about the fact that as 6 years old, he's not a man. So don't tell him to be a man. He's got
the scene of glory.
He shouldn't be treated 12 years to be a man.
He should absolutely not be treated as a man when he's a kid.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so you heard the statement and you're rolling with the idea that that child is still a child, yes, but saying be a man boy does not necessarily equate to me equating that child as a grown adult. Being a man means you're learning to become a young adult, a teenager.
Yeah, but that's not what
so
that.
forth and
That's
so
not
forth.
what that
You
gets
can still be a
internalized
child
as.
and give them certain teachings that educate them into learning how to become
Without
a
using toxic
decent
terminology.
person. That's not
Yes.
a toxic term.
Yes,
It
yes,
is
it is. It's very
because
problematic.
what it means to be a man in every single talk I've had. I don't know. I've been watching different podcasts actually with men who talk about like men's issues, right? And they talk specifically about the term, what it means when they've been told to be a man and when that happens to them and what they learn through it. And they all discuss multiple different occasions of them repressing their emotions, not being their full selves, not expressing themselves the way that we were just talking about earlier as a desired for future generations. So I'm just kind of like, I don't necessarily think that it makes much sense to tell a kid to be a man. They don't know all the context of that, and all they're gonna do is look on TV and think, I'm gonna perform, I'm gonna put on a mask and pretend to be something that you want me to be as my parent. They're not gonna actually mature there. They're not learning how to deal with the disappointment of their toy or their milk spilling.
They're not actually
just
learning how to be a
that they
man.
need to pretend that they're okay.